Sky Squad, hold on to your wig caps, hold on to your toupees, hold on to your man weaves, hold on to whatever you got sitting up on top of that head this morning, because y'all are not going to believe what we got to talk about today. First of all, we're going to tell you why Gizelle did not tell you guys, us, the viewing audience, about the alleged affair between Juan and the girl from Canada, okay? Because she knew. So let's get into it. So I'm trying to find out where this interview was taken from, but it is on the Real Housewives Zone on Instagram. So the quote that I'm going to give you is verbatim from an interview that she did. Now, I don't know if this is the one from Ricky Cornish or if it's from someplace else, but let me tell you why she didn't tell y'all about it. Because she forgot about it. Oh, Gizelle, listen to what she had to say. She says, it was just not my story to tell. And I'm going to support my friend. I can count on my fingers, your fingers, somebody else's fingers, and somebody else's fingers how many times a story was not hers to tell, but she told it anyway. But because that's her friend, okay, I can almost rock with that, okay? So then she goes on to talk about how the situation happened so long ago. But I thought Robin told us that it happened in 2021, okay? So if it happened in 2021, you started filming right at the beginning of 2022, but yet in 2021, you could remember that Chris allegedly made you feel uncomfortable, so uncomfortable that you called him a sneaky link and then told us he was trying to see if you was with it. You could remember that, but you could not remember this? Gotcha. Sure, Jan. Sure. Okay. She says, I forgot about it, to be quite honest. I think people think we film 24/7, 365 days a year. We don't. And that situation was like months and months prior to us filming. She says, people need to understand we film in a vacuum. We film certain months, and it's about what's happening in those months. Is it? Okay. Because what was made into a storyline this season was from the year prior to months and months and months ago. Okay, baby, it's the selectiveness for me. Anyway, she continues on and says, Robin and Juan were at a great place. I mean, she was planning her wedding. I didn't get why everybody was like, she should have talked about it because it happened. I don't want to bring up when my boyfriend cheated on me in high school, but y'all want me to. Girl, that's apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. Trying it and trying it, trying it and trying it, Jan, trying it, Jan. Listen, just say, I ain't want to bring it up because she ain't want to talk about it. I could respect that a whole lot more, because ultimately what you're saying to me is that you value at least Robin's friendship if you don't value nobody else's. But this whole cockamamie thing about you forgot about it. This whole thing that you you film in a vacuum and you're only talking about what you're filming about during the time of filming. We know that ain't the case. So come up with something else. Try again. Listen. Here's the thing. Gizelle, just be real with us. Just simply say it. You ain't want to talk about it because that's your girlfriend. That's your good girlfriend. The viewing public, we can understand that because that makes sense. My friend tell me something, she tell me not to say nothing. Okay, cool, I ain't gonna say nothing. Period. End of story. Just say that. But all this cockamaminess, girl, get out of here with that. Okay? Try again. Moving right on along. Y'all, I don't think that Mama Joyce got anything on Miss Tamika and Latasha Scott's mama. I don't even know Miss Mama's name, to be quite honest with you. But Miss Mama is off the chain, okay? So this is going to be a spoiler alert for anybody that don't like spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, get on someplace else. Actually, don't get on someplace else. Stay right on here. Just click the mute button for a minute. I don't know why you would do that either, but just go ahead and listen, because I got to tell you about the scene that's about to come up tonight, because Miss Mama is going to tell Tamika Scott that she is the 5th member of Xscape. Oh, yes. I didn't know Xscape had 5 members. Did you? She said she is the silent member. What she be singing in the background? Is that what she be? She be on stage in the background, hiding out in disguise, cloaked. So let's get into it. So to set the scene, Miss Mama is having a ponderosa with Tamika Scott, and they're trying to figure out what went wrong the other day when Miss Mama told him to get from filming around her house after Tamika exposed the allegations of Latasha's husband allegedly cashing her royalty checks to the tune of $30,000, for which she had to pay about $12,000 in taxes on, if my calculations are correct. So anyway, now that we didn't set the stage, let's talk about what they said, okay? So the gist of this situation is, in that argument that Tamika had with Latasha and her mom from episode one of the things that Tamika told her was, you're not the fifth member of Xscape. Basically, you are in Xscape's business and you are not a part of the business. And it's interesting because Latasha can't even get on board with the rest of the group because of Tamika's issues with their mom. So it almost make it feel like Miss Mama is the fifth member of Xscape, mostly by Latasha's making. But I digress. So at that point in time, it's back in present day. So Miss Mama held on to that comment from that argument days prior to, or at least a day or two ago, and she brought it back up because she said, I am the fifth member of Xscape. I am the silent member of Xscape. I am the one that was putting the microphone in your hands and keeping you and Latasha together. I am the fifth member of Xscape. I'm like, where was you at on the album covers, ma'am? Where was you? Was you taking the photo? Was you taking the photos? Was you the makeup artist? What was you doing? So anyway, I guess her point is this. She's responsible for their success. That's the way I took it. And listen, that's my interpretation. Because then she also goes on to say, when her husband left, she was the one that took up the mantle and had to take care of things for the two of them. And so that is when Latasha reveals in her confessional that her mom was a housewife before her dad left. And then when her dad left, that all changed and Miss Mama had to get to work. Okay. Now, either way, housewife, not housewife, getting to work, not getting to work, whatever the situation is, if that's your situation, that's your situation, right? But I'm assuming she ain't really like having to go from being a housewife to now having to work. I'm sure that's a culture shock for anybody. But anyway, Tamika then tells us that when her mom looks at her, her mom sees her dad because Tamika is a daddy's girl. Now the pieces are falling into place. Okay? The pieces are falling into place. So by that, now we understand why Miss Mama probably subconsciously treats Tamika different from Latasha, because she sees the man that left her, allegedly. This is according to Tamika, right? So then Miss Mama goes on to say, how can you sleep at night? You accusing them of taking your money. And Tamika's like, how can I sleep at night? They allegedly took the money from me. I had to say allegedly. She didn't say allegedly because she said they took the money from her. I got to say allegedly, though, because y'all know the people. So, it's still a situation where Miss Mama don't understand what Tamika has gone through as a result of some of the things that she's experienced. And it's really very sad because Miss Mama then says, they ain't take no money from you. Tell that to the IRS that Miss Mama, was you helping Tamika pay them taxes on that $30,000 that she never got? Anyway, listen, it's about to be a mess tonight on SWV versus Xscape, and I cannot wait for it. So listen, y'all stay tapped in, tuned in, turned on, and we'll be back with more news. And our Love and Marriage DC review is coming right up. So I'm Richie Skye, the author and publisher of The Wickedest Wives, Desiree's Desire, which is book 1 in a series. This book is about redemption. It's the story of a disgraced journalist who has lost everything. And now she has to rebuild her life brick by brick. And what better way to do that than to join a reality TV show? Why not? Now, not only are we talking reality TV, so you know there's gonna be scandal, you know there's gonna be a little bit of deception, backstabbing, a little romance, and why not throw in a sprinkle of murder to really round out the excitement? So I really want you guys to dive headfirst into these books. Desiree's Desire is just the first of many to come. So I'm super excited for you guys to read this, and I want to know exactly what you think. So be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.